Are you tired of boring old Instagram? Are you frustrated because you just don't know any good tips? Don't worry. If you follow this instructional video, @CaseCarotid will help you out. Okay, now that that's over with, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my calling. Like, I have been waiting so long to do a video about this. Like, this is just my two favorite things in the whole world, YouTube and Instagram coming together, and I'm making a YouTube video about Instagram. This is what dreams are made of, guys. This is what dreams are made of. We're not wasting any time with this intro because we've got a lot to talk about today, guys. We've got a lot to do, a lot of ground to cover. By the end of this video, you are going to be pros at Instagram. Okay, I'm kind of just kidding because I'm not a pro at Instagram. And that's the very first thing I want to say. I am not a pro at Instagram. I'm not an Instagram baddie. I'm not an Instagram influencer, like official, like I think I am in my head, but I know I'm not in real life. I just genuinely love the app. I love posting stories. I love posting content. I love watching other people's lives. I love interacting with people. And like, I'm a stan for Instagram. Like, I really am. Trust me, I know that it has its negative sides, but I think if you have a really healthy balance between posting everything you do while also like living your life and enjoying the moment, I think you can have a beautiful, beautiful relationship with Instagram. And I hope that that's what I have. Like I said, I have fun and I don't care. So that's the first thing I want to say recording this video is if you are a hater of Instagram, or if you're one of those people who don't take it very seriously, or you don't really care about your Instagram, this probably isn't the video for you. I have a bunch of other videos you can go watch. If you don't want to know how to step your Instagram game up, I'm going to give you a second to click off. I'll see you guys next week. Okay, for all the cool people who actually stayed, awesome. So before I can, really give you guys the tricks of the trade, before you're able to see this informational video, there's a couple things you need to know. The very first thing, I will literally put this on my tombstone. Like, it'll say Casey Carotid, and then this, post the pic. Like, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, I'm gonna use this quick second to plug myself. If you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me. Let's just not even get into it. Just follow me, okay? And subscribe to this channel if you are not already. It's really easy. It takes 1 second. Okay, perfect. You guys did that? Great. Back to what I was saying. Post the pic. If you have been following me on Instagram for a while now, you know that I have literally been saying this, is if you feel good in a picture, post it. People go on social media to engage in other people's lives. It's a social app. It's social media. If someone is on that app, they are on it to look at and engage with other people, whether they want to admit it or not. You wouldn't have an Instagram and follow people if you didn't want to see other people. If I were to just like die tomorrow, that's like super dark, but if I were just to like die tomorrow, I hope one impact I would have is just post a picture. If you feel good, if you look good, if you think, wow, I am slaying today, post it. End of story. Hello, I'm gonna show you guys on my phone so you can see like an actual representation of what I'm talking about. So you're out, right? You're at a restaurant, you're at a bar, you're at your house, you wanna take a good mirror selfie. Here's my trick. So if you have like a sink or like something to lean on, this is ideal because it's gonna help create shape in your body. I always step back a little and I rest my one hand on the sink and then I position my body. This is gonna sound like so wild, but it seriously creates, like, look, this is me just standing normal. This is me. So if you can see, I kind of have one foot behind the other, and I'm twisting. I'm on my tippy toes. I'm twisting. And then you can rotate your hips. I literally feel like I'm teaching you a workout program. You can rotate your hips back, and then you're gonna take it like this. Tip number 2 is gonna be all about the boobies because I don't have any and I'm totally fine with that. Like, I like my little boobs, but sometimes you just wanna like accentuate them, show them off, so you gotta do a little trick. This is me really exposing myself for you guys. So when you're in this pose, you're gonna take this arm and push up your boobs. And then you can angle the camera down a little bit, and it just helps create like really good shape. And then you can get the best thirst traps, I swear. If you're anything like me, and like most people I know, you don't have like a professional photographer taking your pictures. I have to force my mom to take them. All I tell her to do is just press. Just press 1,000 times. Let me do all the work, because I feel like sometimes when you ask people to take pictures, they're like, ooh, yes, oh, perfect, and they try to do all these crazy angles, and I'm always just like, you just stay here and press. Tell the person to take a few test shots so that you can get yourself figured out, and then tell them to just click. Just click 1,000 times, don't stop clicking, because somewhere in the 500 pictures that they take, you're going to get a good picture. Sometimes if I feel like I'm getting stuck with poses and I just feel like I'm doing the same pose, I'll take a look at my Instagram feed and I'll look and I'll say, okay, I've been standing for the past 3 pictures. Let me do an up close selfie. Okay, I did a selfie. I'm gonna stand normal for 2 pictures. Let me do a sitting picture. Let me do a horizontal picture. Let me do a long picture. Like, as someone who's like obsessed with Instagram, when I see someone with a really cool pose, I'm like, oh shit, like that's a cool picture. Like, it's very easy to just stand in front of the camera, pose. But if you do that all the time, your feed just is gonna look kind of plain and like boring. It's gonna look a little boring. So to freshen it up and to get new poses, just like look at what you've already done and like try to mix it up. You took the most bomb picture, it's perfect, you love it. Now it's time to edit. I have 3 apps that I use to edit all of my pictures, and I use them all 3 for different reasons, so I want to break them down really quick. The first app I use that I love, it is probably my favorite editing app, is Snapseed. Chef's kiss. I love Snapseed. The 2 features on Snapseed I'm actually genuinely obsessed with are the ambiance feature. I don't think I've posted a picture in the last probably year and a half that I haven't changed the ambiance of the picture. I just feel like it gives the picture so much life and vibrance. You can't always get the best lighting, the best shadows, the best whatever. I feel like sometimes the ambiance feature just makes lighting perfect even when it's not. And then the second feature I love on Snapseed is the portrait feature, because it has something called face spotlight. That feature is just unmatched. Like, it is literally unmatched. Whenever I take a selfie like this, like a close-up selfie, I always use that feature, and I feel like it just makes the pictures look like professional grade pictures. I don't know what it is, but I'm just, oh. So once I play around on Snapseed, I take all of my photos to VSCO. VSCO is obviously a super famous editing app, super well-known editing app. Their white balance feature. I am a blonde, as you can tell, and I absolutely hate warm tones. I hate yellows and reds and like anything warm I just cannot stand. I like icy blues. My Instagram is very blue and green, and I don't know, something about warm tones on my hair with my skin is just, it's not for me. So the white balance feature, I always throw it all the way to the blue, because it takes all of the yellow and red tones out of the picture without drastically changing the picture. So once I've edited basically everything I like in Snapseed, I take out the colors I don't want in VSCO, I take it over to Facetune. I know. But listen, I don't use like the Facetune-y features. I obviously don't love it because I think it's really easy to change the way that you look drastically, and then that just sort of perpetuates this like unrealistic beauty standard. You know, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but Facetune has their own set of filters. In this filter thing, they have a no filter, and one of them is just, I love it so much. I did not know that I could love something as much as I love that, but the second I found that, I literally just use it for every picture now. I feel like it edits the picture without editing it. Does that make sense? And then I'm done. That's how I edit my pictures. I'm gonna show you 2 apps that I absolutely love for stories. I feel like these are like the 2 apps I get asked about the most. The first app I love is called 1998 Cam. I feel like it's the cool version of like a Huji app. Like, y'all remember when Huji was the shit? I'm honestly just gonna pick this picture of coffee that I took the other day. Okay, so the first thing that this app does is it adds this little date thing at the bottom. You can take it off completely. You can make it today's date. You can make it any date you want. I just feel like that's like, you know, everybody loves that like VHS vintage vibes. So then you go to this, and it's literally the reason I use the app. You can add so many light leaks or like light features, which I feel like make pictures look like film. So you can bring up the intensity. I usually do this red one. I feel like if you follow me, you've probably seen me do this a lot. And you can literally like make them really intense. You can change the colors. You can change where they're at on a picture. It's very like basic level editing, but I feel like it just makes a picture look a little bit cooler. The second app I'm obsessed with, and I feel like a lot of you guys probably already know this, but it is called Unfold. It is the best story app. If you have a business or you sell through Instagram or you're constantly doing stories, I personally think Unfold is like one of the best ones to make it really cool and aesthetic, to make your stories look dope. Unfold is where it's at. So there are a ton of different templates, I guess. They're all 99 cents, so I feel like scroll through, find the one you like best, and it's literally 99 cents. Like, I've bought so many of them. My absolute favorite is the film ones. So these are the two versions they have. And if you follow me, you see that I post 99% of my stories through this app. If you wanted to post one of these pictures and you couldn't decide which one you wanted to post, putting it in a 3 thing like this just makes it look a little more put together. It's a little more aesthetically pleasing, as we all like to say. If you're going on vacation or you're traveling or you have an event where you're taking a lot of pictures, you might not want to post every single picture on your actual Instagram, but you want to share all of them. I think this app makes it really easy to share pictures. They have like collages, like this one is like a 4-picture collage you can do. You can literally get so creative, and I just personally love it if you want to step your story game up, because let's be real guys, stories are where it's at. I can probably guarantee that anyone watching this, you get way more views on your stories than you do likes on your pictures, right? Stories are just so much easier to engage with. They're way easier to post. They're way easier to scroll through. If you're not posting on stories a lot, I'm gonna be honest, I really think it's a missed opportunity. Some people are weird and they're like, I don't want to post too much, I don't want to be annoying, but you watch everyone else's stories, so why can't you post some? If you want to have a presence, post once a day. Minimum once a day. That should be like non-negotiable. Whatever it is, whatever you gotta post it, because stories are where it's at. And with that, comment below any apps you use to make your stories more engaging. I would love to add some more to my rotation. You've taken a bomb picture. You've edited a bomb picture. Now it's time to post a bomb picture. There's not a lot to this. I feel like posting is pretty easy. It's like you've done all the hard work already. Posting is pretty much the fun part. Number one, if you like to add songs to your stories, if you're one of those people that likes to record, you know, the highway, I suggest making a playlist in your Spotify. If you're using Apple Music, come on, it's 2020, get with the times. No one uses Apple Music anymore. If I'm just listening to a song and I'm like, oh, that would be a really cool background song on a story, I will add it to the playlist. That way, when you're posting a story and you're like, crap, I need a cool song, you can just go to that playlist and scroll through until you find a good song. The second tip that's sort of similar to that is I have a notes app in my phone called Instagram Captions. I will show it to you. So here it is. There are so many random captions in here, like, there's so many. But anytime I think of a good caption, or I see one on Instagram that I really like, or I hear a lyric in a song, I will just add it to this list. Spotify playlist, notes app in the phone, just come prepared. Now I'm gonna tell you a tip from one psycho girl to another. So it's a Friday night. You just took a bomb thirst trap, right? Like the best picture you've ever taken. You just did a little pose and your crush hasn't seen it yet. You're checking, and he hasn't seen it. Or she, they haven't seen it. Then it's the next morning and they still haven't seen it yet. You're like, damn, how this whole thirst trap was for this person to see it and they haven't seen it yet. You know what you do? Post another picture, because if you post another picture, it's gonna put your circle back to the top of their Instagram feed and they're gonna watch it. And I promise you it works like almost every time. So if you've posted a bomb thirst trap and the person that you're waiting to see it hasn't seen it yet, post another one. And then post another one. Post a song, post your coffee, post a picture of the grass whatever you gotta do, post another picture, because it's gonna put your story back to the top of their Instagram feed, and then they're gonna watch it and you're gonna thank me. So from one psycho girl to another. But in all seriousness, when you post multiple stories, it keeps your circle back at the top of everyone's feed. So if you want your story to be seen, keep posting stories. Last tip with posting stories, when you post an Instagram picture, always post a story. Always, because I have the creator of like version on my Instagram, so I can see the analytics of a lot of my stories. And what I've noticed, a lot of people, they'll be watching your story and they might just be like, oh, I haven't seen what Casey's doing in a while, let me go to her profile. Like, I can see on my stories when someone has a profile visit from my story, and it happens all the time. If you posted an Instagram and you want people to see it, make sure you post a story. It does not have to be related to your Instagram whatsoever. It could be anything. Like, for instance, tonight I posted an Instagram and I took a picture of what I was watching on TV and I put that on my story, because it just gives another piece of content, someone who might not have seen your actual grid post, because we all know the Instagram algorithm is the devil. So in order to beat the algorithm, you've got to do everything you can, which means posting on your story when you post on your feed. And I know you might not want to hear this. Listen, I know you don't want to hear this, but posting your new picture on your story actually works. I know. It's so easy to judge people who do that. I saw a meme that was like, I might be having a bad day, but at least I've never put my new post on my story. Listen, I know it's so easy to hate, but I promise it works. I can see how many people watch that story and then go to my profile, and I promise you, it's worth it. I swear. I would not be giving this tip if it wasn't. You can't lie. The analytics show me that people go to my profile when I do that. So if someone wants to hate on you, whatever, let them. Do it, put it on your story. I promise it works. So we've talked about posting on the story, now posting on your grid. Like I just said, the algorithm is absolute garbage. So you've got to do everything you can to make sure you're making the algorithm work for you. There's a trick that a lot of influencers use. I think it's within the first 20 minutes, if you're engaging with everyone who engages on your picture, if you're interacting, you're commenting back, you're liking their comments, Instagram is gonna notice that your post is doing really well and they're gonna push it to more people. A lot of apps do this. It's very common of social media apps. Make sure you're interacting back with them, because the algorithm is going to be your friend and push your content to more people. Guys, we did it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. Great job, guys. You passed, you graduated. But seriously, those are like all of my tips I have for Instagram. I would love to hear in the comments below any random tips you guys have, because I'm still learning like the influencer, like branded side of Instagram. I'm really trying to dive into that. So I would love to hear what you guys are doing, how you're getting people to like your content, how you're getting people to share your content, whatever it is, I want to hear it. Please comment below. If you guys are not subscribed to my channel and you watched this whole video and you got to this point without being subscribed, that's ridiculous. Subscribe. It's not that hard. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, subscribe to my channel. Please like this video if you actually liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.